Okay, apparently everything in the universe is asking me to make a Venti video. I did a poll on my community tab to see who I should be making a video about next. It was between Finding Dory, Toma the Tank Engine, Chungus, and Quad Longshot Grande in a Venti cup from Starbucks. And apparently you guys really want me to go to Starbucks and make a Venti video. Actually, I already made one. It was actually my first video. It has 200 views. It's privated forever. We're never releasing it. And recently, every stream that I do, there's someone in the chat asking the following sort of question. Should I pull for Venti or pull for Kazuha? So I was thinking, should I pull for Venti? Why doesn't my dad love me anymore? All great questions, and I don't think I have an answer for the last one. That sounds like something you need to ask your therapist. But even my personal manager has been harassing me for a Venti video for the last month before Venti even got his rerun. So fine, I get it. I'll make a Venti video. Only problem is I already leveled him, and I've had him for 2.5 years. So maybe I'll answer that question that keeps coming up, and my resin will be safe for another day. Welcome bullies. Today we're taking a look at a character I've already leveled before, but I'm gonna try to help you make the right choice when asking, should I pull for Venti, and potentially creating a new series on the channel. In this video, there are a couple things I wanted to touch on as decision factors for whether you should pull or not. Reason number one, he sucks. But not like that, but like, he kind of sucks. So when Venti came out, he was super strong and he could suck anything. I mean, he puts Dyson vacuum cleaners and your mother to shame with how good he was at that. I'm sorry for bringing your mother into this. And then everything changed. Hoyoverse nerfed the crap out of him, essentially breaking his kneecaps, and they made all the enemies super heavy with gravity turned up to 100%. How come I can't suck up this balloon? Is it made out of lead? Is this balloon's tower defense? And then afterwards they kinda released Kazuha as well, and he was amazing. So now that the dust has settled, I wanted to test, is he still good at sucking, and just what can he suck and not suck? Welcome to my brand new game show, Will It Suck? Featuring our first contestant. Contestant number one. What? He was moonwalking just a second ago? Contestant number one, do you have anything to say? Yar? Very interesting, but will he suck? So at this point in the game, pretty much everything in Mondstadt is suckable from memory because this was all here when he came out. So everything in Mondstadt, everything in Dragonspine, all pretty much suckable. I think everything in Liyue, with the exception of the Chasm, all suckable. Though it doesn't hurt to just test that one more time. Okay, so the big Vishap and a slime, please, do they still suck? Oh, I don't think that's how physics works, but yes, it still sucks very hard. So even though he's absolutely gigantic and this puff ball of ice also gets sucked in, seems like they're still good. Okay, so this is where things went to crap. This is where they nerfed him, and for some reason, all the samurai on the island, they must have weighted shoes, weighted training gear. Their straw hats are actually made out of lead because when they first come out, you could not suck them. You could not move them a single inch. I think since then they might have changed it. So let's have a quick look. Is that working? Is he? Oh, okay. If you knock him up into the air, he's screwed. But if you don't knock him up in the air, he kind of just keeps coming at you. Oh wait, no, it's actually sucking him in kinda, very slowly. And if you knock him up, then he's screwed. Then he's just bouncing around. Okay, so this one is kind of a yes, kind of a no, somewhere in between. But there's more. So with the release of Inazuma, there is also the really big samurai guys. Let's see if I can get both of them at the same time. Will they suck? Kinda? A little bit? What if I knock them up? Oh my god, it's not working. So unless they're oh my gosh. What is happening right now? How is Venti doing this? Okay, so this one is a fail. You can't suck them, but if you freeze them, they get stuck in the middle of the suck. But Inazuma also released another annoying enemy. And that annoying enemy is the Spectre. Okay, let's test firstly without freezing them. Do they suck? This was a big annoyance in the past. Okay, they do now. Before, they used to be absolute lead balloons that would not move. Now, they get sucked. It makes sense. They should get sucked. And even Kazuha can move them too. Spectres, they get sucked. Okay, on to Sumeru. One of the things that was most annoying about Sumeru were the constipated beasts, the consecrated beasts even. These things, they were plaguing the abyss. I actually have no idea if they do suck. Is that a yes? That's a no. That's a no. But I can freeze them. So, hello? What is happening right now? I guess it kind of works. Is this a half? This is that awkward middle ground where they slowly get dragged in the middle, but unless they're frozen or knocked up, but I don't think you can knock them up. That's like a no. Anything smaller than these enemies as well, you can probably assume that they will get sucked up. So that eventually brings us to Fontaine. What can we suck here? First, we have Mr. Krabs and his family. First, will it suck? So little crabs, yes. Big crab, if you knock it up, oh my god, it's spinning. Oh my god, what is happening to that? We're sending this crab to space. It's so confused. So next up on our list are the mechs. Will they suck? They're slowly getting brought to the center, but they're not getting knocked up. That looks like a no. They're also the type of enemy that slowly just gathers in the middle. What if I freeze them? This could work. They don't lift off. They don't have enough gas. They will get brought to the center and stuck though, which just means we have to play freeze, I guess, with these enemies. So outside of just sucking mobs, Venti has the added benefit of being able to suck up things on the ground as well. So that includes things like the dendrocores that spawn from bloom reactions. You can see them all sucked up in the middle. Oh my god, my Venti is gonna die. But before he dies, you can see the blooms. They all go clumped in the center as he goes womp womp. So that can be helpful for doing huge bloom damage in a condensed area. I'm gonna leave now. So other things that come to mind include Klee's bombs and Nouvelette's E. These actually all get sucked up as well. First, the bombs, one suck. You can see all the little bombs are clumped up together now and detonate on the same spot. And the second one, I'll demo by bursting first. And the balls. Do you see Nouvelette's balls? They're all sucked up in the center as well. Don't think it matters too much because he grabs them even if they're far away or close. But if you ever wanted to lump up his balls, you have that option. And I'm pretty sure this works with a bunch of other interactions as well, but these are the ones that came to mind. Okay, so far, Venti has proven he can suck and that he doesn't suck. Except when he can't suck. Okay, moving on. Reason number 2. Do you like his personality and voice? Let's pretend this is a first date. What are the deal breakers for you? Because these things will be forever and you'll have to get used to them.
Come, sit with me. I've written a new poem.
Please don't pull for him thinking, I can fix him. Because we all know that doesn't work out. Except, I can fix her. So, if you love him, his design, and his involvement in the story, then that's another reason to pull. Personally, I love his design and personality. He also seems to have huge plot significance and knows a lot more than they're letting on, so I'm curious to see what the future has in store for him. That, and they've also been with us since the start of the game, and I think that they're just a fun character to be around. Reason number 3. Is he easy to use and build? Is he easy to use? Actually, he's super complicated and the mechanics required are akin to that of a neurosurgeon working on the president's brain, removing a tumor the size of a peanut hidden deep within their skull moments before a foreign adversary arms their nukes and fires, and we need the president awake and conscious to remember the nuke codes. And no, yeah, you just press the E button and then the Q button really fast and that's it. Is easy to build. You can build Favonius, Stringless, any of the event weapons, the craftables, Elegy, they're all pretty much good on him. And a bunch of them are free, so should be pretty easy, especially since everyone gets at least one Favonius, which is one of his better options. Artifact stat-wise, just go EM main stats and ER and EM for the substats. As for the set, you want to use Veritas and Venera because the set is broken and is the reason why Animo is so good. It shreds resistances, meaning you do more damage, and you're good to go. The one thing is, farming this domain can be torturous for the RNG of getting good drops, but you don't have to stress or worry about it too much because of the substats. You don't really care what they are as long as you get the EM main stat. Also, you can reroll all the garbage artifacts, engaging in even more gambling behavior and get more garbage back, just slightly less of it. What I mean to say is you can invest your artifacts today and get 200% returns per the hour. This is not a pyramid scheme, it's just shaped exactly like a pyramid. They're not related, it's not correlated. But what I'm saying is you can infinitely recycle your artifacts into the strongbox, and now that the set is available here, it should be pretty easy to get a full EM set. One thing I do want to say though is do not go full EM if you don't have enough energy recharge. If you can't get the burst back from one QE rotation, there is something wrong with your Venti and there is something wrong with you. And if you do that, I will cosplay my favorite React content creator, Sniper Wolf, and show up at your Realistically, the analogy I like to use here is it's kind of like a race between a grandma in a wheelchair and a Ferrari that has no fuel. The grandma is going to be very slow, but they're going to win the race every time because at least she's moving for now. Okay, and the best part, you can actually use Venti to farm Venti stuff. He makes it super easy, his ult is so good in so many domains, and he makes it so quick, simple, and it's just perfect for someone like me who's smooth-brained. And also, if you play in the Japanese dub and are farming certain domains, just make sure to have earphones on. Real quick, this video does not have a sponsor. I wonder why. Might be the system mages. But these videos take quite some time to record, script, and edit, so if you wanted to support the channel for free and make sure Mr. Editor and I can afford to eat another month, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps a ton. And I know I'm gonna get a bunch of questions, so I want to show off my Venti. He is level 90 out of 90 because reaction damage from swirls scales on your level. In addition to that, these crit ratios don't really matter. His EM, you might look at it and be like,
I need 650.
The important thing is that he can burst. So as long as you got enough ER to make sure you can burst, the EM is important, but not the most important thing. In terms of energy recharge, he levels up with energy recharge. That's his ascension stat, but the weapon I'm using on him, his signature, gives him energy recharge as well, and everything else kind of doesn't matter. Weapon, I've got Elegy, but also Stringless, Favonius. If you're really cope, maybe a Sacrificial Bow. Also, if you were playing the game around the time they gave out this weapon for free during his event, this one's also not that bad either. There's also the craftables, which I don't have, but some of them I've heard can also be usable on him, so that's another free-to-play option. But everyone should have a Favonius, so just make sure to use this. In terms of artifacts, I'm using 4-piece VV. This set is absolutely broken because of the swirl, reducing enemies' resistances and increasing the swirl damage, so you definitely want to have that. In terms of the substat rolls, you want to see energy recharge and EM. If not, some attack is not bad either. And for the main stats, EM, and EM ideally, unless you can't burst. Like, for example, if you're using a Stringless as the weapon and you're getting EM from that, you may want to use an energy recharge Sans. Other than that, constellations kind of don't really matter. He's great at C0. Talent, you don't need to level these up at all if you're playing him Swirl. If he's DPS, yes, you can level them. I leveled them for fun, but you don't have to. They can literally just be 1-1-1, which is why he's so free to play friendly. Literally a free weapon everyone gets. You get one copy of it. His talents, you can leave them 1-1-1. He doesn't need constellations, and you just farm one set and get all EM, and he's good. Yes, he's not the newest character, but he's still really, really good. Especially in situations where there are a lot of enemies that can get sucked, he's pretty much the best. Okay, so I wanted to make a section of the video for me showing off my team comps, so let's jump into that. One of them is the classic one, two of them are more traditional comps, and there is one newer one with the release of Dendro as well, so let's quickly do this. The first one is Taser. Pretty much all you need is a Hydro unit, a Electro unit, and that's it. That's really all you need. Some people like using things like Beto, Fischl, any of the Hydro units are generally pretty good. Some people even like to run Sucrose as an extra, but pretty much any of these, that's fine. We're just gonna do it with these three characters. So Taser, it's literally you put down the water, you electrocute them, and then you suck. His aim is not that great. That's actually my skill issue, but you pretty much just do that and exist. And they all get sucked in. We're gonna wait for the cooldown. New jellyfish, refresh the E, and he's gonna suck again. And we just watch them all die. That's it. That's literally it. Super, super simple. Next comp, this is also a traditional one. Pretty much the Morgana comp, which is made out of Venti. Traditionally, it is Diona and Mona. So like this, but really any Hydro unit that you don't have to auto attack, and any cryo application unit that can do it off field would work, and you don't even have to use Ganyu. Technically, you can use things like this comp for Ayaka, for Kaya. It would probably still work the same. I don't think it would work for Rio though, because as tall as he is, I don't think he can punch that high in the sky, but every other character should be okay. So let's demo the original comp. So the ideal way to play this technically is to drop some cryo so you can actually swirl it, and then they get frozen, and then you can just kind of shoot them or drop your burst. It doesn't really matter too much. If you do drop your burst, Ganyu's just gonna drop icicles on all of their heads when they're clumped up together, which does even more damage. Super, super simple. Enemies, as long as they can be frozen, cannot move, they get sucked together, and that's it, they die. Final comp, though these are not all his comps, you can pretty much do anything, but this is just to give you an idea of what he can do. There is Vaporize, and And then there is also like a soup / overload comp. So soup is pretty much you have every single reaction going on, whether that's electro, hydro, dendro, pyro, everything is swirling. It doesn't really matter, but it just makes a bunch of reactions happen in a circle and everyone explodes. That one's pretty easy. But the new one that's come out is vaporize burn, which is a little bit weird, but if it works, it works. So you don't have to use these characters exactly. Pretty much you just need some sort of dendro off-field application and you need one pyro character to start the chain. So what we do is we set everyone on fire, we make them all burn. Venti then begins to suck, and ideally if they live long enough, you can make Nuvolet vaporize and the fire will last because they're burning. Only problem is these guys die too fast, so can't demo it as easily, but against tankier enemies on final floors, it can actually do a lot of damage as well. So when do you not pull for Venti? Well, clearly I've been showcasing how hard and how fast this man can suck. But what's wrong with him? Well, his significance in the meta has dropped a lot for a reason. When he used to be able to suck every single thing, and when the Abyss used to have not that many boss monsters, you could pretty much 36-star Abyss just because you pulled him. Now, not so much. But I still use him consistently on floors 9 to 11 on the Abyss, and he makes things so much easier. He takes away the effort of having to chase down mobs that are scattered everywhere as well, and just makes your life a whole lot simpler. So now that he's no longer a must pull, just go for him if you like him or like his kit, or you're tired of farming and it's taking too much time and you want to just simplify your life, either in the domain, overworld, or the Abyss. Personally, I still like him a whole ton. Most of my farming videos I use him. I always use him in the Abyss, and the only reason I don't use him in domains and dailies is because I'm running a friendship team and he's max friendship. How come friendship farming doesn't work in real life? Please help. So overall, I really like Venti. He's one of the few characters that's managed to stay on my team pretty consistently, and I still use him every single week. Yes, he might not be as flashy as some of the new characters, but he's still great, and the things he's good at, he is really good at. So hopefully this video helped. Let me know down in the comments if you decided to pull for Venti after watching this, or already got him and are just cope watching to justify your pulls. Also, let me know if you like this kind of video and you want to see it stay on the channel, especially because I don't really make videos about characters I've already built, so this could be a fun way to bring them back onto the channel. Make sure to like, sub, and hit the bell if you haven't already, and if you are interested at all in my VTuber content, I'm doing a re-debut later this year. You can find out more on my Twitter or community Discord. Love you all, take care, and I'll see you all in the next video.